Hey folks, Matt Wilson, Senior Product Manager for Defend and the Threat Insights Group. If you've been following these videos for a while, Threat Insights that may sound a little bit different. We have recently tweaked some of the group names and shuffled things around a little bit on the Defend as well as the secure side. So what was Threat Management before is being renamed Threat Insights going forward. So that still includes the vulnerability management work we're going to talk about here, as well as the UEBA work and responsible disclosures. So you can see all those updates if you check the website, our handbook, and you'll see it referred to that going forward. And you're going to see it here in a second. So this is the 12.10 release kickoff, and I am going to go ahead and share what we're looking at for 12.10 for Threat Insights. So as you can see, this is probably similar to what we've been looking at for actually the last few of these videos. And the bulk of the work is still this MVC for standalone vulnerability objects. I'm not going to go into details. We've talked about this for the last several of these. I just want to reiterate, it's a very large effort, which is why you'll see that we've been working on this for several iterations. And this is not typically the way that we would iterate and put something out, but this is it's a big kind of an all or none project. So we're fundamentally redoing how we track vulnerability findings and the vulnerabilities in the system. They're going to be their own first-class objects, if you will, so you can interact with them like you would an issue. So they'll have their own page, they can be independently linked to, you can link them to other objects in the system like issues, etc. The reason this is so challenging to do in a small increment is it requires redoing the functionality underlying all of the security dashboards. So that's the project and group level, as well as the new instance level dashboards, the pipeline security widgets, and then building out the new functionality itself. All this is sitting behind a feature flag. And as soon as we are ready, we'll be able to pull the feature flag off. Part of this is also the migration of the existing findings, the vulnerability findings into this new object model. And we also want to make sure that people are aware of it. So putting some things in the UI to kind of notify and help you understand some of the new behavioral differences. So all that is to say, I'm going to flip over here into the MVC. It's a ton of work. It's a lot of technical and API work, as well as on the front end. So far, we have 27 different linked issues. Again, this is not typical of what you would see, but we've got a lot of them, as you can kind of see, are closed out. And so far, we've had 26 MRs against it. So this is just a huge piece of work. The team is really excited about it. I know it's been taking a long time, but we're going to push really hard and try to get this across the finish line for 12.10. I called out last time, this is another thing I just wanted to make a quick mention of. So the other big direction piece, which is directly behind it and also dependent on getting this first-class vulnerability object or standalone vulnerability object work done, are these project-level exportable security reports. I touched on this last time. Again, normally we wouldn't talk about it. It's a stretch item. So this means this is something the team is actively working on, but we don't have full confidence that our team capacity is going to be able to deliver it in this release. But this is, I just want to point out, it's still kind of top of the list behind the standalone vulnerability work. And we're going to try to get a lot of the back-end pieces in place now that that standalone vulnerability object framework is there. So that's it. Not a whole lot changed since last time, but we've got these two major things that you saw in the 12.9. We're going to continue this for 12.10, and we have a lot more confidence that we're going to be able to get that to a spot where we can release it, and everyone will get to see the product of several months worth of very hard work by the team. So thank you and enjoy.